It's week 5. So that means 15 weeks away from my very first show. Oh my gosh, that seems like it's going kind of fast. So, what happened this week? Meal plan started. So, man, it was overwhelming. So, on Monday, my coach sent me this Google Drive document that had a training day and a non-training day meal plan. Okay, so if you haven't watched any of my other videos and this is your first one, like, what are you even doing? This is video 5. Start at 1 and go to 5. Like, not a crazy person. Why would you start right in the middle? But if you are, go watch the rest of them. But just understand that I eat a certain amount of food on training days and a certain amount of food on non-training days, which means weightlifting days versus non-weightlifting days. Okay, so the meal plan was, y'all, it's kind of a lot of food. I plugged it all into MyFitnessPal just to see, and it's still a couple thousand, a little over 2,000 calories on training days, and then we're at 1,800 on non-training days. So it was kind of a bump up from the macros that I had been given the week before, but only in protein. The only extra food I was getting was an increase in protein. So I'm sitting right at 200 grams of protein all days. I'm almost positive all days. So that's a lot of protein. 200 grams, that's right at 1.3 grams per pound of my current body weight, which is on the higher end of most recommendations. I don't know if any of you people are out there looking at protein recommendations, but for muscle building, most of the general documents are going to say a gram per pound, somewhere between 0.8 and 1.3. If you guys really want to nerd out about that, that's the general number to build and maintain muscle, if that's what you're trying to do. If the general pop, I don't know that those are necessarily recommendations, but 1 gram per pound is easy to remember, So it's a lot of protein, and I like eating protein, but it's a lot of protein from not a lot of sources, so not a lot of dairy. So my cottage cheese, oh man, has been gone for a couple weeks because I knew we were going to pull dairy, because there's some baseline inflammation with dairy. Like, there's all this, chemistry and biology now that's going to start taking over. So my protein sources they're varied but limited. So ground turkey, lean ground beef, a lot of chicken, a lot of chicken. And I begged for some seafood to get thrown in there, so we'll see if my coach listens to me. And then there are still rice and potatoes, so I still have carbohydrates, but they come from very, very simple, very easy to digest carbohydrates. So rice, red potatoes, sweet potatoes, and some berries, and some melon, because my coach is being so gracious and letting me keep some melons in there while we can. Bananas are out. Just for me, not for my whole house. And I have some English muffins on there, so that's good. I'm liking that. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So very, very, very simplified nutrition plan. Still a decent amount of food. And then the craziest thing is the addition of salt. Now, I am from the South, not quite as south as Georgia, like southern North Carolina. And y'all, my grandma used some salt, but I do not fall on the douse everything in salt train. Okay, I hardly ever salt my food. And now I am having to salt every meal, like normal season, and then on top add at least 1/8 of a teaspoon, sometimes 1/4 of a teaspoon if it's a pre or post workout meal. I'm dealing, and it's fine. And actually, it tastes pretty good now. But the first couple of days, I was having some trouble. I was so thirsty. I was going to the bathroom a million times, which I didn't change anything. I drink a gallon of water every day, but oh my gosh, that salt. Did feel good in the gym though. Nice pumps, good recoveries. Interesting. So, if you're looking for something to add to your pre and post workout, I would highly recommend throwing some salt in there if you're not already doing it, because come to find out, it's kind of important for your hydration status. And I'm a health professional. You would think I would know these things, but everyone can learn something. So, what else is different? Lots of new supplements. So I'm already taking quite a bit of vitamins, just normal health things, but now we've added in glutamine, which is a branched chain amino acid, so a protein, if you will, that helps with muscle recovery. So there's that, unflavored, so that's fine. Still got the creatine going, a couple other little things, and then green powder. Now, it's just a scoop every morning. Get your micronutrients in, and I'm still eating a decent amount of vegetables, but that's what was added. I'm going to need some comments on brands of green powder, because what I got, I cannot do for the foreseeable future. Okay. I like to think that I have a very liberal taste and willingness to try new things. Like, I've eaten frog legs, snail. I'm open without much of a fuss. Except this, I just don't know, people. I just don't know. I've got to do it every day. I think it's good to do. I would like to incorporate it into non-prep season, but I'm struggling to get it down in the mornings. Okay. I have ordered a new one that I am going to try and hope it is better. The new one is flavored. This one was not, because I was like, oh, how bad can it be? I like vegetables. All that powder of vegetables to the face, I just can't. So let me know if you guys are out there drinking your greens, let me know. Send me some links or something, because this is just, we're going to have to find a winner. And what I got was not it. And probably because I was cheap and just was like, spent $25 on Amazon. I think it had good reviews. I don't know, but help me. And then other than that, the hardest thing about the meal plan, it was overwhelming, and I didn't think it would be. And it was not overwhelming because of the food. It's just trying to manage feeding now myself and then feeding my family. Because I was meal planning for the week, like Mondays we have this, Tuesdays we have that, Wednesdays sandwiches, whatever. I would meal plan just to help with grocery shopping. But now I have 2 sets of meals to try and merge so everyone can eat, and it's not like absolute insane dishes and time and food and just everything everywhere. So that was difficult, because my food just radically changed from where everyone else's food is. So, and then, just grocery shopping and being prepared, because I don't know how it is in any of the other states that you guys are living in, but I try to be fiscally efficient at the grocery store, which is its own challenge every week. And so just getting, like, I had just got 99% ground turkey, and then my coach wanted me on 93% ground turkey, and I was like, oh my god, which none of that probably matters, and I'm really trying not to sweat the small stuff here, because stress is gonna kill my prep if I just get worked up over all of this. But it was a lot of change at one time, and a lot of just organizational things. And then on top of that, I decided to switch gyms, because why not? That's not stressful at all for anyone. And so I wanted to take some time to talk about gym anxiety real quick, because I know that this is a real thing that people talk about all the time. And, usually it's people who don't train or are inexperienced with the weights and weight training in general, and the grunty boys like stress them out or whatever. And that is not me. I have a long history of weight training. I was a CrossFitter for years. I coached CrossFit for years. I did strength training, high school on, lifted with various boyfriends and now my husband. And I am not intimidated by noisy boys or weights or the weight area. However, I switched to a new gym that is closer to my house, and I was still anxious and intimidated to go because it's like being the new girl at school, which I've never really done that either, but or the new person at work, or, you don't know where any of the equipment is. Like, I know what I need. I don't know where it is, and I don't know if I'm going to be that new person interfering with these veteran members' flow, like your gym flow, and how like you're going through your stuff, and then there's who's this random newbie here just getting on my adductor or abductor machine, and now I have to wait because this random person is here. Y'all, does that happen to you? Well, it happens to me a lot, and I didn't want to be that person, but you're gonna be. And so I had built up a lot of anxiety to the point where I almost did not want to go, and that is insane because first of all, I'm in prep, and I must go, and two, I love to lift weights. Like, that is just something I like to do, and the anxiety about it almost kept me from doing it. And so I only say that to tell you that if you're nervous about going to the gym, you're not by yourself. You have no idea who there is also nervous that day. And it really doesn't matter because you're all paying to use the stuff. And so just go and use it. And I'm going to tell you, it probably took, I think my first training day there was on a Monday. Might have even been on a Saturday. I don't know. It's a blur. It's an anxiety blur. But I went, and it was bad. Like, I was uncomfortable. I was like emotionally uncomfortable and also physically uncomfortable because I'm in there still trying to train. And then I was still uncomfortable the next day. And I think it took probably until from Monday to Friday to feel like I belonged in there, which is crazy. And no one was mean. Everyone was nice. I mean, no one really even talked all that much. I ended up getting some compliments towards the end of the week, which means I must be leaning out. Shocker. So not shocker. Spoiler alert. I am. But I got a lot of compliments and people were super nice, but it's just, change is uncomfortable, and I don't have any hooty-hoo, like magical things to say about that, except you just have to let yourself be uncomfortable. In training and muscle growth, you must be uncomfortable for muscles to grow. And then I am a firm believer that if you want yourself to grow as a person, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. There's not comfort in growth, period. And so that's my public service message for today, because that was something I really kind of surprisingly struggled with this week. And I know I'm not the only one. I hear it all the time, that especially, I don't know why it's always females, but people are nervous to go to the gym, especially people who feel like they're not, fit enough or skinny enough or in shape enough to go to the gym. That's crazy. Just, you're going to be uncomfortable a little bit. Just be uncomfortable for a couple days. It gets better, and just do the thing. All right. And then other than that, so I have been, obviously we're really training focused right now. We are super nutrition focused right now. And my cardio changed. So now I'm still doing sprint intervals, still made it another week without the Stairmaster. But it did increase. So my incline walks went from 35 to 45 minutes, which 10 more minutes to just be on that treadmill is just an eternity. And then, so now I've got 5 days of cardio, 3 are 45 minutes and 2 are 30. And it's a bird. It's wearing on me. Like, my body is having a hard time recovering. I have had to really, really, really be focused on recovering my body. And I'm trying to do that through nutrition, because that is one major way that you help your body recover. But, that's going to be, getting pulled back here pretty frequently in the coming weeks. So I've really been trying to make sure that I'm foam rolling, and I've really been trying to find, stretches to do. And I'm a person, like, I've got to see it. Like, I'm not going to just be like, oh, let me stretch my hip. Like, I'm not going to make up my own stretch routine. Okay. I don't have time for that. I just am not going to do it. So I try to find, various ways to get my stretch in. I've downloaded a million apps. They always are like the same thing over and over. And then so I took it to YouTube and took some time to try it out a couple channels, and I found a phenomenal stretching channel. Phenomenal. And when I upload this, I'm gonna try and mention it. I don't know how that works, because again, 90-year-old technology here. Okay. So I'm gonna try and mention it in the video, but I'll tell you right now, the channel is called Run Better with Ash, ASH. It's not Ash like Ashley me. It is a different, a male Ash. And he's got an accent, so I don't know what country, but Run Better with Ash, ASH. So good. Right now he's doing I don't even know this person. He doesn't even know I'm going to do this. Right now he's doing like a 7-day stretch series where it's like a little bit of stretching every single day. He's got long stretches. They are running focused, but right now I'm doing a lot of running, but really it's just for a lot of, if you have tight hips, tight lower body, which I train a lot of bodies, so that's me. So if you're looking for something, there's so much on YouTube that is free. So and he has some sort of membership thing, but this is free. What I'm doing, most of what is on there is free. So check him out. Really, 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 really good. I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't. And then I'm just gonna throw another one in there. My coach, her name is Alicia. She has a YouTube channel, and she has done kind of a soft launch of a kind of training and nutrition coaching program. Y'all, this girl has changed my body, changed the way I look at food, the way I look at the scale, and she's going to get me ready to sweep this show. Let's just be clear. All right. She has a YouTube channel. She's also a competitor, but she coaches quite a bit as well. She has made really, really, really good training programs to build my lower body. And so I'm going to shout her here too. And I'll try and mention her channel as well, but her channel is Ish, EASH, Da Beast. So Ish Da Beast. Same thing on Instagram if you want to follow her. Just lifestyle, competitive, whatever you're interested in doing, just go find her. All right. She's going to change your whole world. Yeah. And then, I don't know how I forgot to. Okay. So now back to nutrition. This is a little unorganized. Back to nutrition real quick. Okay. So I've got this meal plan. I eat what's on the meal plan, but then I have some, choice, and I'm allowed some sauces as long as it's under a certain amount of calories, and I just have to log some things. Like, I can have artificial sweeteners right now. I don't know how long that's going to last, but anything that has a calorie I've got to log. Okay. All right. So I drink a lot of water. I drink a gallon. I usually try and keep it plain, but then like once the gallon's done, I like to spice it up a little bit. Okay. So I would like to talk about sneaky calories for a second, because I'm literally logging everything that goes in my mouth, and I'm checking things. Vanilla extract, calories. Who would have thought that? I did not think that. You know how long I've been dumping that into my coffee? 30 calories a pop. What? If you're doing that, maybe stop. Maybe you just get some normal flavored coffee or something, because I am shocked. I'm shocked. And also, I don't know what the rules are about brand shaming here, so I'm going to just be real vague. But those little packets of powder that you sprinkle into your little jugs of water, your quart, little jugs, and it makes a whatever grape flavored water, pink lemonade water, whatever. Those also have calories, quite a bit. How dare they? Because now what am I supposed to do? Just plain water all the time? Heaven no. Anyway, there's a lot of sneaky calories out there is all I'm saying. And so you might want to just check into it, look at the backs of your labels, Google it via MyFitnessPal. That's not really, you can't Google, but you know what I mean. Look it up on MyFitnessPal or whatever tracker you're using. If you're using a tracker, if you're not using a tracker, download one, also free, and track that stuff for a week, because you would be surprised, I would imagine, at what is going on in your food in more ways than just this. But I'm so offended by the powdered water flavoring situation. Just ruined my week. So now I'm done using that once I use them all up, because again, fiscally responsible at the grocery store. So this was, I have no idea how long we've been going. Oh, it wasn't as short as I thought. My longest one yet. So that's great. So I don't have a lot of updates. The meal plan was the big thing. We're down a little bit of weight. Things are looking good. Sorry to disappoint, but no pictures today. If I show you every week, like, you guys are just going to get spoiled, and then you won't care when I do show them. So can't be every week. The last thing that I will tell you is that my husband has agreed to come on here and do kind of a little Q&A. But he would like the questions ahead of time, because he thinks, I don't know, he thinks he's like the president of the United States or something. I don't know. But I guess he wants to feel prepared. He's not as kind of on the fly chatty as me. So while you're commenting what greens powder is not going to make me vomit every morning, throw some questions out here that you might like to ask him about what it's like to be the spouse of someone who is bodybuilding and in prep, and just anything you have as far as his side of things and how he views it and what he sees. And because I'm pretty interested myself, because we haven't really talked about it other than to say, hey, I think I'm going to do this, so buckle up, buttercup. You know what I mean? So comment down there. Make sure you like the videos, share the videos. I'm still learning like how YouTube works, but liking things, being active on the channel, commenting, that all helps the videos get seen by more people. And I mean, lots of people have watched this, so someone must be curious about something, even if it is what my glutes look like this week. I see y'all. But like, comment, share the videos, subscribe to the channel so you can get all the notifications, and check out those other two channels, because there's good information on both of them. So next week, I'll be 14 weeks out. I'll have some more updates. I did order suit swatches. Hopefully they will come. I don't know where they are, but they're coming, and I'll show you guys kind of the colors that I'm leaning towards, because that's kind of fun. And that's really it. So it was an overwhelming week, but not a crazy week. We're still in prep. We're checking all the boxes. Things are going well. I'm proud of myself, and I'll see you next week with another update. And so the birds, that was the loudest tweet I've ever heard in my life. So there we go. Have a great Sunday. Have a good week. And I'll see you with the next update. Bye.